So it's a pretty exciting day today, guys. I've just rung up Bunnings and I have got them to put aside a humongous toolbox for me. So I have been looking at this toolbox for probably the last couple of years. Every time I go into Bunnings, I see this toolbox and I think to myself, this toolbox would be so awesome to have in the garage. So I've rung up the store and they've put the toolbox aside for me, and they're going to lend us a trailer for 2 hours so I can bring this toolbox home and get it set up. So let's get down to the store, grab the trailer, get the toolbox loaded up, and we'll catch you guys at home. Alrighty guys, so I just got back from Bunnings grabbing my dream toolbox. So I was lucky enough to borrow one of the Bunnings trailers. So let's have a look at it. There it is. The 72-inch stainless steel tool trolley. So if you go to Bunnings often, you've probably been eyeing this toolbox off as well. So I've been eyeing it off for a while and I'm pretty stoked to finally have it in the trailer and at home. But there is one last issue. I need to try and get this thing off the trailer and into my garage, and it weighs about 150 kilograms. So let's see if we can get this thing off the trailer without damaging it. So I've got the toolbox into the garage now. I managed to get it off the trailer without too many dramas. I was able to just push it off, which was good. And I also grabbed a couple of these little magnetic trays. So I got 2 of these magnetic trays from Bunnings as well. So these just sort of stick on the side of the toolbox, and you can chuck like your aerosol cans and spray bottles and that sort of thing on there to keep it nice and tidy. So the next step is to get this cardboard box off and try and get the caster wheels onto the bottom of the toolbox. So we'll see how we go. There it is, guys, look at it. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, so apparently in the bottom drawer is some caster wheels. Yep, caster wheels, some keys, and the sidebars, that's right. So the handles on the side of the toolbox. So what I might do is try and roll the toolbox back. Just getting a bit stuck on that cardboard under there. So I'll shut that door and roll the whole toolbox back onto the back side of it, and then I'll put the caster wheels on and then try and roll it back up onto the wheels and see how we go. So I'm pretty impressed with how that actually worked. So I managed to flip that over without too many dramas. It's pretty heavy, but I can manage to lift it by myself, which is pretty good. So now we just got to get all the wrapping off it. Get all that wrapping off, and then we've got some side handles which go on here, which we need to put on, and then we're ready to tidy up the garage, tidy up all that stuff. So you do also get this little tie down kit, which you bolt to the back of the toolbox like this, and then you can secure it to the wall. I'm going to wheel my toolbox around a fair bit around in my garage, so I'm going to leave it unattached, and I'll just make sure that the caster wheels are out as they say they should be when it's parked up, so it's not going to tip over. So the next part of the process is going to be to clean all of this out of this corner, all of my crap, get all of that out, get the new toolbox in, give it a nice tidy out, and we can start loading all of my tools from this old toolbox into the brand new toolbox. And what do you guys think? I don't think there is a better quality for the price toolbox, and for the size and what you get, and for the workbench on top. Comes with this nice workbench. I don't think there's a better quality toolbox on the market for that price. So they're about $1,000, and every single drawer comes with a foam liner, which most other toolboxes, that's an extra. So I'm pretty happy with it so far, and I'll be even happier when my mess in the corner there is all tidied up and it's all in this toolbox. So let's get stuck into tidying this corner. So the toolbox didn't make it here completely unscathed, so I did get a little bit of damage to the toolbox, and I'm not exactly sure whether I've caused it from pushing it off the trailer, or whether that, you know, the guys loading it at Bunnings caused it from putting the forklift under it. Either way, it doesn't really matter, it doesn't affect it. So I've just got a little bit of a pinch here from when something's come under here and just tapped it, either a forklift arm or the trailer, I'm not too sure. And a very slight one here, but it's really not too bad, and it definitely doesn't affect how the toolbox operates at all. So I'm pretty happy with how it's all gone. Very minimal damage, considering I was able to pick it up myself on the trailer and get it all set up by myself, which for a 140 kilogram toolbox is pretty impressive. So I'm super happy with how it's looking. So it's looking nice and neat and tidy in that corner now. Now I can set it all up with all of my old bits and pieces, so go through all of this crap and sort it out properly and keep it nice and neat in this toolbox. So let's go. Okay guys, so I have a bit of a workshop hack for you. You ready for it? Air conditioning in the workshop. Portable aircon in the workshop. How good's this? What? So what you would see if I had hair is my hair would be blowing back. I'd be looking cool as. So that's just a little portable aircon unit that we used to use in the house. That's migrated into the garage, and it's pretty handy having it just pumping out the door there. Nice cold air coming into the garage. It's pretty good for summer. So I'm getting stuck into tidying everything up again. So I had a bit of a break last night, got a little bit late. So day 2 of tidying the workshop up, trying to get everything sorted. So let's get stuck into it. So there you go guys, so I've finally finished organising the garage. So it took a little bit longer than expected to go through everything and sort of chuck out things I didn't need anymore and organise all the little bits and pieces, but it's finally complete now, and let me show you the end result. You can see I've actually got some room in the corner there to walk around. Got everything sorted out, so I've got my aircon unit in the corner there which I was using before, which is awesome for the garage, and I've also got the whole toolbox set up, all of my old stuff from my old toolbox has been now moved into the new toolbox, and I've organised it all and set it out properly so I can actually find where everything is and keep it nice and neat. So I got my trolley jacks, so there's actually a fair bit of room underneath the toolbox, so for you to store things underneath. So I've just got a few bits and pieces under there, and over here I've still got that cheap storage system which I just got from Bunnings. I think they're like under 20 bucks or something for these little metal storage systems. And I've just sort of organised everything on there so it's easy to get to and easy to access. So what do you reckon? What do you guys think? I think this is pretty damn cool. So it's just nice to have all the area in front of you to be able to actually walk around instead of having, you know, all my crap stored around the toolbox instead of inside it. So I am glad that I got the bigger toolbox, because surprisingly all of the stuff in here and all the extra little bits and pieces that I wanted to put in the toolbox only just fit in this huge toolbox. So there's not too much extra space for new things, but if I do put new things into the toolbox, it will be more so replacing some of these cheaper older tools that I have, so that'll be fine. Alrighty guys, so I'll give you a quick tour of the toolbox now that I've finished setting it up. So top left drawer is pretty much like soldering stuff. I've got, you know, some heat shrink and some solder and some pieces in there. A couple of rulers, some safety glasses and that sort of thing. This drawer is a bit of a random drawer, so this is like bike stuff and camping stuff and random bits and pieces. Next drawer down, this is like the receipts, paper, manual drawer and stickers and everything. Goes in there. Oh, this is a secret drawer. Can't show you in there. That's all bits and pieces for new videos to come. In there I've just got, you know, my catch can and stuff which I've taken off the car for now, and random bits and pieces for the house. Middle drawer, this drawer is the main drawer that I'm going to be going into. So I've got all my spanners, all my sockets, ratchets, some snippers and some pliers and that sort of thing in there. Next drawer, I've got all of my random bits and pieces for, you know, home maintenance. I've got some hammers, some chisels, rivet gun, staple gun, heaps of Allen keys from all of those flat pack kits. And next drawer down is all my random bits of wiring. So just bits of wiring, hoses, bits and pieces left over from jobs. This drawer is like the power tool drawer, so I've got drill bits, some stepper drills, a couple of drills and a jigsaw and a grinder and stuff. And this drawer down the bottom is all the big stuff, so I've got a couple of jack stands, my blower, and a little jack in there as well. Now over here I've got all of my little bits and pieces organised, so like screws, bolts, nuts, all that sort of thing, globes and that. So I like to use these caps off your old spray cans because they're really good for organising all those little bits and pieces. Next drawer down, electrical stuff. So this is like all of my little cable connectors. Got some fuses, some heat shrink, some bulbs and stuff like that. And this drawer down is like tapes, felt tape, electrical tape, piggyback fuses and stuff like that. And this drawer is just all the random bits and pieces I've pulled off the MUX or spare bits for the MUX. And this is like the spray can drawer, so like car wash and degreaser and stone shield and that sort of thing. And that's pretty much it. I've just put my jacks under there, used a couple of these magnetic trays for the side to carry some of the light stuff, so a couple of measuring jugs. And I've just got everything else set up here, which is like my coolant, my oil, some old bits and pieces that I had on the car and stuff like that. And I use the other magnetic tray up here just to hold some zip ties and random bits and pieces. And on top I've got some Ryobi tools which I use a fair bit, and just the charger. So that's pretty much it, that's the whole setup. And of course the aircon, which is sick. So there you go guys, the toolkit is assembled and I've got all of my tools in there and they're all nice and neat and well organised, so I can find everything really easily, which is perfect. So it makes me really happy. I was super excited to get this toolkit set up, so I'd have everything organised and get rid of all that junk sitting around my old toolbox. So it's really exciting to have it finally set up, and you know, the dream setup in the garage. So having that big toolbox there and that big workspace on top, which is awesome because I've never had a bench this size in my workshop or in my garage before. So it just means, you know, you can work so much neater and set everything out properly, which is great. So let me know down in the comments if you have any tips and tricks for organising your things in the garage. So if you enjoyed this video today, guys, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and let me know down in the comments if you want to see more videos in the garage of tools that I'm adding to the toolkit and all that sort of thing. So stay tuned, guys. Cheers.